In this tutorial, we will learn how to model a disk with drawers like the one you see here in the render file. We will use or make use of several modeling techniques. We will use modifiers, we will use spline modeling, geometry modeling, and so forth. So let's get started. This is a model. We will create a similar one to him. As you can see, this is a 3 drawers simple disk, not much. So let's create a brand new file to get started. When we would like to model something rectangular or something with symmetric shape, it's better to start working in the top view. And before we go to top view, we need first to make use of one of the features in 3ds Max that will help make life easier. So we press F12 from the keyboard to open the transform type in tool. That can help me while in the top view I can modify the parameters, coordinates of the object I will create. So I go to top view from here, and of course I will activate the snap toggle, but first I will make sure I'm snapping to grid point. Let's activate it. Now from create geometry, and this time I will go to extended primitives to create a chamfer box instead of doing the chamfer afterwards. Let's create it since the beginning. So here will go my chamfer box. Try to make it symmetric as much as I can. Right click, go to modify. Let's make the length 130, it's fine. The width, let's make it something like 100, and the height I will make it 3.5. The fillet 4.42 is too much. I will make it 0.5 with fillet segments only 2. Now I need this box to go up 90 points. Okay, 90 points will be the length of the legs I will create on this side. Like we see here in this photo, I have 2 legs on the right side, so I need this length to be 90 points, or as you wish, of course. So I select the box, and here in the Z value I will write let's make it 100 so it can go fine with the width. I press 100, and if you would like to make sure you're working fine, that's what you get. So it's raised up 100 points. Let's get back to top view. Now I need to create 2 cylinders on the side, a big one and a small one, and then I will reflect them on the other hand. So first I will press F3 from my keyboard so I can see through this chamfer box. Okay, now we can see through it. Let's go to create, and I will create a chamfer cylinder. It will be right here. I will keep my snapping toggle activated, and that's my cylinder. I guess this amount is fine for a leg. Let's make the radius something like 5. The height will be 100. We specified this, if you remember, when we raised the box up. For the fillet I will make it 0.5. maybe that's too much. Let's make it 0.3. and segments, for segments, height segments, I'll keep it 1. Fillet segment, let's keep it 2. Sides, anything divisible by 4, so 20 is fine for me. Okay, that's it for this guy. I need to create another one inside it. So again, I go to chamfer box or chamfer cylinder from extended primitive. and I keep my snap toggle activated, and here I will draw this guy. Oops, need to create it again. Right click, then let's specify the parameters. Let's make the radius 3.5, the height I will make it 2, and the fillet value will be smaller than the last one. So for this guy it was 0.3, so for this one let's make it 0.1, not much. Height segment 1, fillet segment 2, it's okay, and sides it's 20, I'm okay with 20. So now I would like to see how this looks like in perspective view. That's what we get. So now I need to push this to make a base for the leg, so I go to my Z value and make -2, so it can be pushed down. So if you go to right view, that's what we get. This is the leg, and this is the base for the leg. I guess these cylinders, these two cylinders, let's deactivate the snap toggle, they need to be smaller, like more than this. So let's make the radius of the larger one, let's make it 3.5, and the smaller one, let's get closer, this guy, let's make him 2.5. Okay, now let's get back to top view, so I can create a copy at the exact place right here. How can we do this? We select both of them and we change this axis location. So I go to hierarchy, affect pivot only, and I want it to be aligned to this box, so it comes in here in the middle. So when reflected, it reflected here. So I go to align and I pick this guy. So it asks me with which position I want it to be, in the X position and not at the minimum. The minimum gives you this side, the maximum gives you this side. No, let's make it to the center. So current object center, target object center, and press OK. I'll deactivate affect pivot only. Now I will not shift drag it, but I will use this lovely tool here called mirror, and I don't want it to be different, or maybe if I would like to change this guy, I want this guy to be the same, so it will not be a copy, it will be instance, and I will press OK. Now if we go back to perspective view, that's what we get. Press F3 to see everything. Okay, so let's get back to the rendered image. We have here this piece, we need to create it. So I change the view to right view, and I will create this piece right here. But this time I will not use the geometry, I will use the spline or shapes. I'm gonna use a rectangle. So let's make this rectangle, let's activate the snap toggle so it can be snapped. And of course we can change the point later. Okay, this guy looks fine for me. I need to deactivate snap and then push him just like that, and we need to make him larger. So right click, convert to editable spline, change the mode to vertices, select these two vertices, they are 4 actually, and take them to the right. Maybe these two need to be taken to the right as well. It's fine. Okay, so now change your selection to spline, select everything, and let's scroll down. That's why I dragged it to the right. I dragged this tab to the right, this panel, so I can see everything, and use insert tool, change the value to 3. Okay, so now we created two splines. Let's select both of them and let's go to modifier list, and we will extrude them. We will use the extrude modifier. That's it, that guy. In the amount, you specify how far it will go outwards. So if we remember, this box width is 100. I want the same thing for this extrude, so the amount will be 100 as well. So when we change the view to perspective view, that's what we get. But of course it's not aligned, so I need to pick this guy, go to align, I need to align him to this, and it goes to center on the X position. Press OK. So everything works fine. I need to get back to the right view to create these pieces of the drawers. I will create them using also the shapes splines, and I will use the line tool. I need to get closer to be able to draw it. Okay, maybe I activate the snap toggle, and let's draw. I need 3 drawers, and the first one will be the largest one. So here I can start like this. Oops. We can fix this later. It will ask me if you want to create a spline. I will press yes. Now I select the spline, convert to editable spline, go to point mode, deactivate snap toggle, and start modifying these points. So this guy comes here, and that one need to be aligned to him. This one, and these two will be pushed like that, and these two I think we have the same space. Okay, now I need to make it curvy. I need to make this area curvy just like this. So what we will do, we will select these 4 vertices, slide down, and use the fillet tool, then raise the value until you get the shape you want. That's it. So I like it. Okay, so let's select this line, zoom out. I zoom out most likely using the wheel. Okay, let's shift drag him like this, and it will be copy, and I need 3 copies, and I press OK. No, I need first to modify this point, because as you see this change. Let's select these 2 and use the scale tool on the y-axis. Okay, let's do it again. I need to make this one a little bit bigger, so I'll drag it slightly just like this. Now let's select the line, shift drag, and copies. I need 2 copies, and I press OK. So the first one will be the larger one, but this gap is too much, so I need to Control Z, go to vertex mode, and this selection is still kept, so I can drag these points up a bit. Let's do the last process, and let's make 2 copies. Press OK. And why I'm using copy, not instance, because the last one will be modified, and as I told you, I will make it bigger. Now I need to create this to be extruded like the one in the photo, so I will use extrude. Where is it? That's it, extrude. And of course the value will not be 100. Let's make it only 5. Let's make sure it's good. No, 5 is too much. Let's make it 3. Let's get back to right view, and this time I will not create the modifier every time, but I will drag him and drop it just like this. So now I need to use Control to select these 3 guys, and I will go to perspective view to make them aligned. Aligned to who? Let's press align, of course, to this one, and that will not be to center, it will be to the maximum, and press OK. What's left for me? I need just a piece in the back, so instead of going to the right view, I will go to the left view, so I can create this box. This time I will right click on the snap toggle, and I will deactivate grid point, but will activate end point, so I can be snapped to these points inside the rectangle. And I will use a simple geometry. Where is it? A simple box, not a chamfer box, of course, and that will be my guy. You need to be a bit smaller, so instead of 93, let's make it 91, and instead of 37, let's make it 36, maybe 36.5, and for the 91, let's make it 92. I have a problem with the 2 number. And again we need to align him to this side, so we press align to this guy, and instead of maximum it go to the minimum side, and press OK. And as you see, this box is too huge in terms of height, so I change the height to be only 2, and do the align again to the minimum, and press OK. So that's it. What's left here? I go to right view, and I need to copy this leg here and put 4 of them right here. So using rectangular selection, I select only these legs, shift, drag them right here, and it's gonna be instances. I press OK. I'll do this process again, and I will press OK. So now we have our disc with all its pieces. We simply used different types of modeling to create it. As you can see, we have 4 legs here, and of course you can use the material. I created here 2 materials. One is darker than the other one. This is the one for the legs and the drawers. So let's change to right view again and select all these legs, all the legs, and these. Press Ctrl for multiple selection, and go back to your material editor, select this black one and assign to selection. Now let's select everything else except Alt, these 3 pieces, and let's close this guy, we don't need him again. Let's use the slight material assigned to selection. So that's it for this tutorial. We created this lovely cute desk using simple modeling tool, and let's jump to the next tutorial.